Hello, my friends. It's Heather Nichols here in the beautiful woods of Colorado up on Shanahan Ridge in South Boulder. This tree was like, put your back up against me. And it wanted to contribute to this video today. And I wanted to actually talk about the earth and nature, and also what it can contribute to us and what those of us that are seekers in the world are all up to these days. I talk a lot in my videos and podcasts and such about all the changes going on right now. And it's, as I've said many times, it would be pretty hard to ignore that there's massive change going on the planet. And that, you can see it from the perspective of things are dying. You can see it from the perspective of new possibilities are opening up. You can see it from how they go together, and how the death process is necessary for the expansion. And I feel like for me, I've started to kind of like tip the scales more, to actually be way more, exploring way more of what's possible. And this past year has been a really rough year for me, in so many ways. And I feel like I'm just kind of coming out of it, and really, and the earth has been such a resource for me. And the thing about the earth and the woods and the ocean and all of those natural places, and even if you're not even if you're in a city, there's still nature under our feet, underneath the concrete, up above. You can look at the sky anywhere you are. And there are definitely cities that have trees and parks and things like that. But even, the earth is always there. It's always got our backs. It's always contributing to us. And I think we forget that a lot of times when the shit's kind of hitting the fan and we feel like, things are stressful or whatever. And we get like into sort of like tunnel vision, and we kind of, we just don't remember, what's true basically for us and our bodies. And our bodies are so connected to our bodies are really part of the earth, and part of the ecosystem of this planet. And if we see them that way, we can have so much more ease and awareness, and use all the things that we're aware of to create rather than to destroy, which is a lot of times what happens. And the earth is like, when I look at the expansion of consciousness and like creating a greater future, to me, that's like all I really care about. I mean, because everything is part of that, everything that I do, everything that I be, everything that I engage with is part of that. And I have my moment, it's not like I'm perfectly conscious, but I have my moments where I'm an idiot. For sure. I've had a lot of those in the past year. But really, that's like when I wake up in the morning, that's what I desire to create. And, I couldn't even begin to put it totally into words. And, but the earth is actually desiring that too. Like if you look at the evolution of this planet, like it has always evolved, it is still evolving. And it's interesting to me that we somehow think evolution isn't happening anymore, or that evolution is now about computers and technology and stuff. It's like, that's not, it's part of it. It's part of what's going on. But the evolution of the planet to be something greater, it's the biggest force that there is on this earth. There's the whole universe as well, but like the earth has a massive, massive potency, and we can't deny that. Earthquakes, tsunamis, fires, winds, like you're out of control when when there's a major earth event going on. You don't control anything, and people are very humbled by those moments and those experiences. But what if we could be humbled in the way of also like being humbled by the degree to which the earth actually has our backs and desires to contribute to us? And sometimes it seems like that's not the case if there's a disaster or something like that. But if we are willing to kind of take a step back and see it from the perspective of evolution and movement of the whole and something greater, it can really ease any kind of suffering that you may have. I remember a story of a man, in the floods in New Orleans about 20 years ago, Hurricane Katrina, where he had nothing, and he was just like, it's cool. I got me, and that's everything. I lost quote unquote everything, but I didn't lose really anything because I have me. And when we know that wholeheartedly deep in our bones, there's so much freedom, and it's something we can cultivate more and more all the time. And we can look to the earth to facilitate us in the direction of more of that. And it's like, when I look at what I would like to create as a world, and I look at the future that I would like to create, it's like, that's, if I just look at it as me doing that, or people, other people that I'm connected with doing that, that's a lot of work. And if I look at it as the entire planet desires this as well, like the entirety of the earth, the creatures, the bugs, the creepy crawlers, all the critters, the animals, the water, that everything, the trees are some of my favorite creatures on the planet. And it's all part of consciousness. None of the planet does not have a point of view. It has an irrepressible movement to it toward evolution and greater, and the incredible beauty and magnitude of nature. And when we see that as a force and a source that also supports us, that we're part of, that we can tap into and acknowledge that we're here for the planet. For me, it's like, I am here for the planet. The people are part of it, but that's not my soul. That's not what, I'm not here really for the people. I'm here for the planet, and the people are included, and the people can actually be a great gift and contribution to the planet, and we can also be a great destruction. And I'm choosing gift and contribution, and to just acknowledge that the earth has our backs, and we have its back. When you're moving in the direction of greater, you have its back. And in those moments when you may be down, or feeling like nothing's working, or feeling like there's no movement happening, tap into that, access that as the most immense support that you could have on this planet, and recognize that the earth is here for you. It is here for us. And it's up to us to remember that, to remind ourselves of that, and to not separate from it, to let it be the source, the force, the movement, the beauty, the gift, and the contribution that it is. And when we see ourselves in that big, big picture, everything becomes so much easier for us to navigate and create. The great times, the not so great times, all of it. It all takes on just such a bigger perspective, and awareness. We get to have a lot more awareness, and a lot more receiving, and a lot more joy, and a lot more fun. So I hope this is a contribution, and go, hug a tree, put your belly down on the grass, or your feet in the soil or in the water, or look up at the sky, and just acknowledge all of this is just so much bigger than you. And that's the great news. Enjoy.